So, welcome to a new year. Uh, let's say update news or technical point of view. And my plan is I will do something similar like this, like more often. Not me, but our team, technical guys, will do it because it's necessary to update the sales about new products, new features, new solutions, and we should do it more frequently. Of course, the technical guy also need to have more like frequent training. So it's good for both of us. So we get training, we train somebody. That is the plan. So to start today, we have it with SolarEdge. As I told you last time during the inverter update, because this month or last month actually, most of the news is focusing in SolarEdge, and it's more than just 15-minute talk. So that's why I want to split it into the separate one like today. So welcome. Let's start. So what is the thing we discussed today? There'll be a new update. I think some of you already know, but anyway, better to tell it like for everybody to make sure all of us know it. So update about P-series optimizers, basically increase the power and current. New P605, new S-series, new wireless gateway, new SolarEdge energy net, new SolarEdge home EV charger, new SolarEdge home inline meter, and new SolarEdge energy bank. Some of it is not like completely new. Something like S-series or EV charger or inline meter. It actually is introduced in Intersolar last year, but because we don't have it much information, so now I have more information. So I want to like officially like tell you what is that, what you need to be careful with it. Together with me today is Vita. So if you have some question about it, Vita can help me to answer. Yeah, taste it. Okay, so started. P-series. So you know we have a lot of P-series optimizers. From that, last month, SolarEdge updated the P401 and P801. Right now, originally, P401 can be used with the module up to 400 watt peak. Right now, could be used up to 420 watt peak. With the short circuit current is 12.5 amps. So basically, they extend it a little bit so you can use it with bigger modules. There's no, basically, the message is all of the P401 will be updated like this, doesn't matter where it's produced. The next thing is P801. P801 will be increase the short circuit current up to 12.5. However, it's only valid for the optimizer which manufactured after the work from the work 41 of the 2020. Any product, any optimizer produced before that week will have only short circuit current 11.75 amps. So that is something new for us to know because I believe we have quite a lot of P401 in stock, isn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, it's important for you to know that we can sell it up to 420 watts now. Okay. Another news is P605. So what is that? This P605 is a new optimizer which can be used for the higher power, so up to 605 watt modules with the input current 14.1. Voltage is 65. Short description, that means the cells of the modules could be M12 because usually M12 have 13 amps output. However, very important, this one is not able to use with the residential inverter. So you can use it for only one module and only for commercial application, that means with the inverter bigger than 16 kilowatt. It's not normal because usually the optimizer can be used with one module only. You can work with residential. This one is an exception, so be careful with that. So they introduce this mostly because sometimes you have the string which is you don't have enough. If you use the dual optimizer, you cannot have enough optimizer, minimum optimizer. So in this case, they use it. So it's a little bit cheaper than the dual optimizer, and it can work with the bigger modules. Of course, installer or designer need to use the designer from SolarEdge to design, so they will like recommend it automatically. However, this is a new thing for you. The next thing is S-series optimizer. So the S-series sorry, Siri, listen to my voice. S-series optimizer, the look of it, it's here on the right. We'll talk about the look a little bit later, but what news I want to tell, this optimizer is already available. It's on SolarEdge Designer, so everybody can design with it. The optimizer S440, which is this one, both of them look the same anyway, but S440 can work with a module up to 440 watt with the input current 14.5 amps. That means our normal modules, or the module we have a lot in stock is 380s, can work with any problem. S500, it's for module up to 500 watt, of course, with the short circuit current up to 15 amps. And that means the 450 or 460 modules can work with it without any problem. In the future, of course, module is getting a higher power, so you'll see. Here, I believe that all of you have the link. So I have the link for the presentation. So later, if you want to check, you can just click on the link here and you will be linked to the information you want to check further. Bear with me today. I will show you some video because I believe it's a good chance to see it. I don't know how many of you will see it later. So let's see it. We have some. Oh, there's no voice. It's weird. Sorry. Sound issue. Don't know why.
Maybe because this doesn't work.
What is that?
TV.
Hello. Do you still listen to me? Somebody can reply.
Yes, yes, we hear you.
Okay, so I don't know what happened.
Yes, one. Okay.
Okay, doesn't matter. It's just music, you know. So S series. So basically, one short and one long, and they integrate the sensor, the temperature sensor, inside the optimizer, which is there, which improve the safety, of course. And one thing they want to notice is because the input part of the optimizer is very short, so you will not have the long cable like lining on the ground, you know, because if the short cable is the input one, it could be very long, and the cable from the module, it is also long. So if this part is long, this one will like touching the ground, and maybe it will be underwater if you don't secure it properly. So that is one of the reasons they make this part is very short, so it's always hanging on the air and in the air like this. Okay, short video.
And the up video.
Sorry,
This video.
no, it's not. Okay, it's just a picture. So just repeat it. So all the connectors are close to the optimizer. So this part is the input. the module will connect here. So both of them are very short. It's always hanging on the air, I hope, unless you put it like directly on the roof. This part is the output, and you can see they have one long string and one short string. The reason is they want to monitor the temperature output, the temperature of this connector. So if it's too far away from the optimizer, they cannot do it. Which is not a big issue if you use all the string with the same series, same S series. However, when we do the mixing between the S series and the P series, then be some trouble. Okay, as I say, the S, I think this is a little bit different, S400 in our case. But minimum, the rule is the same. Minimum optimizer on the string is 8, maximum is 25. And here's what I mean. It can be like mixing on the same string. So that means on the string, you can have 7 pieces of P series optimizer and 1 pieces of S series optimizer, or some mix it a bit. However, there's some rule. So S440, so S440, let's do this. S440, so I have a mistake being it's 440. I apologize. S440 can be mixed together with the S401. At the moment, we have a lot of S401, P401. At the moment, we have a lot of P401 on stock, so I don't think it's a problem. But in the end, someday we will have the transition, and P401 will be phased out, as I know. That means no more P401. So on that day, someday you will facing that problem, be mixing it. And as P401 also can be mixed with S500. At the moment, we have only S440 and S500 available. S500B is not available, as I know. At least on the list, it's not even exist. So at the moment, it's not possible to mix the P505 with anything on the S series. So it's not the issue if you design with the designer, they will tell you. Another problem is because of the short string, long string problem. So when you're mixing it, most probably the client or the installer will need to make the extension cable to connect the P series to the S series because the string is not long enough. Officially, SolarEdge offer it. We checked with Climac. Basically, the installer can do it themselves. Sorry, I will just quick check if somebody cannot join or something. Probably not. Installer can make the extension cable themselves. It's just solar cable with 2 ends with the connector. That's all. But important to make it in high quality as much as possible to avoid any difficulties in the lifetime of the products. Yeah. If strictly speaking, you can or you should purchase it from SolarEdge, but I doubt that they will be able to do it. So that is S series. Next thing, it's wireless gateway and wireless repeater. So why do we have it? First thing, we have it because in the past, there's sometimes the trouble when the client, because you know, the inverter right now, I think all the setup inverter is connecting to the internet through Wi-Fi. Yeah. And the problem happened when the client changed the password of the router. So they have difficulties to connect to the inverter and change the password so the inverter can connect to the internet. So that's why they have this one. The wireless gateway look like this. So in this case, you don't have any trouble to when you change the password to the router because the gateway, this piece will connect to the router with the LAN cable. And doesn't matter if you change password on the router or the Wi-Fi, they will just connect to the internet and the inverter connect through this to the internet. no passwords need to be changed, and it's strong. The signal will be stronger. As you say, they say, I don't know. What come with the box? When you order it, this come with the box. So I mean, this is gateway. So you got this gateway, the antenna which connect to the gateway, the Ethernet cable which you need to connect this to the router, and inverted antenna. This is important because normally you will the client will buy the inverter antenna themselves to connect it to the internet, to connect this one to the inverter and connect it into the internet. If you buy this gateway, it comes together with the box. So, well, it's something good, I think. In the case of the repeater, so basically the same, but without this Ethernet and the inverter antenna. So the repeater just as the name is a repeater. So yeah, it's a repeater. So if you have the inverter in the, I don't know, garage or in the basement or something, you put the antenna to the inverter, you have the repeater in, I don't know, first floor, second floor, and you got the Ethernet router on the roof, on the attic. So you connect it to the gateway and extend the internet for your house. A good question I will ask SolarEdge that if we can use it for normal internet connection or not, but I doubt that they allow other things to connect to their network. Anyway, both of these, gateway and repeater, we have it available in on eShop, and here's the picture of the eShop and price, so you can check it. Yeah, that is for the gateway and the repeater. Nothing fancy. Here's something new, and in the future, I think it will be very important. It's the SolarEdge Energy Net. So what is that? Why is first question, why they have it? You know that right now, if you have something like smart meter, if you have something like battery, if you have something like water heater, anything else, okay, water heater is something else, but meter and battery, you have to connect it to the inverter with the cable RS485. So sometimes it is difficult because it's maybe the inverter is far away from the meter. It could happen sometimes when the interconnection points are far away from place you install inverter. And the problem, and a second problem that it's more cable to connect. So that's why SolarEdge come with this idea. So inverter will able to connect or communicate with the meter, with the battery wirelessly. So no more cable. They will connect together through wireless network. The future is they will also adopt this network for other application. However, so far, this energy net only work with the meter, or in particularly the inline meter, and the energy bank from them. We will talk about both of these application later. And the inverter has to have some component, some card to enable this energy net option. For other application like water heater, energy charger, sensor, smart socket, and other things, right now it still work with Zigbee, not energy net. So, but they planning to change that soon. But at the moment, only those three. Okay. So, first question: how do we have it? How do we enable this energy net option? This is a little bit tricky part. To enable this, it's not come with the inverter by default. Yeah. You have to always purchase the some card to be able to enable this feature. And depends on the type of the inverter you have or the client have, they will need to purchase a different card. How to know it? Very simple, by the name of the inverter. Any inverter and with the name setup inverter, they use this bigger card, which is this one, with the name here, NXBCL01. This is for the setup inverter. Any inverter which end up with the name energy net will use this smaller card here. And yeah, basically in the detail, it's a serial number, but we will try. I think we will try to put every time the name on the name is the energy net in the end, so you can distribute with them. And of course, together with the box will be the antenna, so you will connect directly to the card. So this card will be attached on the board of the inverter. So they have to open the inverter, attach it on the board, connect the Wi-Fi, the antenna to it. So you have separately, this one is Ethernet card, and underneath a bit, if you see, it's a Wi-Fi card. So it's two different things. So you always can connect to the internet and connect to the other smarter application together. One notice is when you equip the inverter with this card, you will lose the opportunities to use ZigBee. So that's why I say, okay, you have to choose either you use energy net or you use ZigBee. About our stuff right now, or the K2 ERP right now, I just got it. So you see the name, inverter name ends up with energy net ready. We'll use this smaller energy plug card. And anything ends up with setup, we'll use a bigger card, basically. So I think I will put it, or we will put it on the description to remind you in the future, so you know what to choose. But you know, there's two types, and you cannot mix it. Physically, you cannot mix it because it looks different, so you cannot plug it. Okay, so okay, I will return to this later, but I want to show this first because it's connected to it. So why we have to use that card sometimes? Because especially in the case you have this inline meter. So what is the inline meter? It looks like this. You can read. Basically, they have input, output, and some button to choose. They have the integrated antenna. That's why they can communicate with the inverter, which you have the energy net card. They can connect wirelessly. They can connect together wirelessly. Yeah. So that's why sometimes it's very good. Personally, I think it's sometimes good because you don't need to connect the meter with the inverter via cable like RS485. Traditionally, you always need to do it. Of course, they have the possibilities to connect through RS485 if the client don't want to have the energy link. But yeah, up to the client. And this inline meter will not require you to buy the current transformer, because you know, for before SolarEdge has only one option. Always you need to buy the current transformer together with the meter. So 3-phase, 3 current transformer, 1-phase, 1 current transformer, and the meter. Right now for this one, it will work something similar like solar, something similar like okay, I think Pronus, for example, also have inline meter. So you connect the light, the incoming light from the grid directly to the meter and then go out. So they will connect directly on the light without the current transformer. The current get close to it up to 65 amps. So I think almost all of the residential house will fit this criteria because 63 amps is pretty big house already. Okay, so let's have a quick video to see how it looks like. And I hate that I don't have the voice. Okay, so this will be always installed after the circuit breaker, the main circuit breaker, because it's in line, it will replace all. It has to measure everything on the house. Okay, I will notice that 3-phase later. Let's see this. Okay, this is how the meter look like. Make it a bit faster than we should. Okay. So installation. Yeah, energy net ready, RS4S5 is possible, both of them. So how to start connecting it? Disconnect the grid. Then, this is for RS4S5. It's different. Okay. Yeah, so disconnect the grid, then put the meter on, connect the grid to the meter, connect the output on to the house. And basically that is. Switch. Okay, somebody sent something. Can you? No? Oh, you cannot see it after. I think. Yeah, I will check the chat later. Okay. I will check the chat. Let's see. No. I mean, if you have the old meter, then it always connect to the inverter by RS4S5, so it doesn't matter much about energy net. The energy net, it's only used for, reduce the amount of cable you need to connect, right? So old meter will not have energy net possibilities, only connect directly to the inverter with RS4S5. Yeah. Configuring video, you can check it. It's how you connect it or how you set it up on setup, but I don't think it's very interesting for us. Okay, so what the inline meter can do, of course, they can measure consumption with the ±1% accuracy. Support single and three-phase grid connection. I think. Okay, in our stock, we have this one. Or coming to our stock, we have this one. So this is by the part number, it's a three-phase smart meter, yeah. But I will confirm again with the SolarEdge to be sure 100%. It can be work also with single phase. I think definitely if they can measure three-phase, they will be able to measure single phase. But I will check it for sure. But what coming to our stock is three-phase inline meter. Energy net, okay, and blah blah blah. Okay, that is blah blah blah. So that is for the energy net. I will return a little bit to the next new things we have. It's a SolarEdge home EV charger. SolarEdge is really, how to say, open on this topic because they put this directly on their installation manual. That this home EV charger is from Keba. So if you open the manual, it's literally there. So it's nothing hidden there. Anyways, this is how it looks, the EV charger. This is the same version we are, I don't remember, we have it on stock already.
No, it should be in July.
Okay, in July. But we ordered it, so it's coming. So this is a version with a cable already connect to the holder, and on the here you have the little bit of the display and some LED. So what is that? What that can do? It can be used for three-phase or single-phase connection. So you can connect with three-phase or single-phase. Only one model, yeah. So you can do it both. Up to 22 kilowatt. So of course it depends on if you connect to single-phase or three-phase. But the maximum current per phase is 32 amps. And that means for three-phase maximum 22 kilowatt, and for single-phase 7.4 kilowatt. Of course, different country has different regulation. Usually you have only like 16 amps, or maybe if Hungary limit it at 2.5 kilowatt, then it's even lower than that. So of course, if lower, then lower current can flow. 3 years warranty, I think. So it's longer than others. Usually it's shorter than 3 years, so it's longer warranty. Can be installed outdoor, indoor. Including with the Type 2 connector, 6 meter long cable. We have two versions. I will discuss later. One version with enable the RFID card, and one version without, because that version you will install at home and why you need it here. So coming to stock is two versions. One version is with the card enable, which you use it for office, public spaces, I don't know. And second version is without. So that is the only difference.
And we ordered the second one, the cheaper one. So for residential without RFID card.
Okay. So incoming is only the cheaper one. Yeah. What is very important I want to notice is at the moment, this EV charging or EV charger will not able to use the extra PV power. Yeah, it's not available yet. So you can turn on, turn off, set some timer on the monitoring of the monitoring portal monitoring apps. However, you cannot enable the function that they will charge your car when you have extra PV power, for example. At the moment, it's not available. And I check it, it's still not available at the moment. So if the client wants to install EV charger because of that purpose, sadly, at the moment, it's not available, but it will. I believe it will soon. So, I mean, okay, if they can wait, they should install it, because anyway, how much time they can charge the car with during the noon or something. But yeah, this is important message for you to remember. This is again the link to datasheet and webpage. So if you want, you can check it yourself. Okay, we talked about the meter already. Sorry because of the mess. So we moving to the end. This is the last part of my presentation, and I will have some interesting video to show you how it looks like. SolarEdge Energy Bank. So this is the new SolarEdge Energy Bank they offering. I think it's available right now. You even can order it right now, I believe. Not sure about availability, yeah, but what is that? Today we discuss what is that. First is technology. This battery uses NMC, that is nickel magnesium cobalt technology, which is different than most of other energy storage bank on the market, which using RFP, lithium phosphate technology. One of the reasons I think just simple because Qualcomm, they storage buy a board Qualcomm like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and that manufacturer produced this energy, this battery. So why not using their own cells, right? DC couple, or most of the other use DC couple, but this one use like even more, how to say, physical looking DC couple. I will show you later. Okay, everything will come from SolarEdge, so everything will be under SolarEdge for warranty, service, support, everything. Safe mechanism, so it's safety again fire and IP65, so it can be installed, technically can be installed outdoor. Simple plug and play installation. I will show you the video how it look like in installation, so you can judge how easy it is. Up to 5 kilowatt discharge and charge rate. We'll discuss a little bit about this later. And maximum 3 battery per inverter. So 3 battery can be connected in I think in parallel to the one inverter. Okay. So what is the first message? This battery only works with HD wave setup HD wave inverter. That means only single phase inverter. Only single phase inverter can work with this battery, not 3-phase. Is the first thing. Second thing is about the charge and discharge rate. As they say, they have maximum 5 kilowatt charge and discharge from the battery. However, the charging will be always 5 kilowatt, but the discharge rate is always depends on the size of the inverter. So if the inverter is 2 kilowatt, so they can discharge maximum to 2 kilowatt. Okay. So here's the compatibility. Yeah. So you got the setup HD wave, storage HD wave, EV charging setup inverter. So basically, single phase inverter can work only. How it's connect? As you can imagine, you will have inverter. You will connect the inverter to the battery and the inverter to the optimizers. Yeah. What you need to connect it? This is the interesting part. You need this energy net card, as I discussed above, to connect to the inverter, because the battery will have you will need to do commissioning the battery through this card, through this energy net link. Yeah, as I understand, it's possible to do it with the RS-5 too. However, they recommend to have this, so you can communicate between the inverter and the battery wirelessly. Second thing you need is this part, because the single phase inverter has only one pair of positive and minus on the inverter. So the client will need to buy this parallel connector. So that means the string for PV string will connect to here, and also the battery will connect here. And then this part will connect to the inverter. So it's literally physically DC link. In this case, you can't even see it because it's DC link over here. Okay. And of course, some MC4 connector to connect it from here to the battery. Okay. So that's what you need to connect it. When you connect it, you can control it. You can see the input, output, charging, discharge, charging on the application. Now they have 2 applications. Actually, they have one application is monitoring application, and second one I think they call it My SolarEdge application, which is graphically updated a little bit, so it's look nicer for end user. However, this information is the same. You can control it, so you can control the EV charger. You can control also the battery a little bit on it, but at the moment, the EV charger cannot use surplus energy. And how it looks like when you install it, it's very important. I will show you. Sorry, no voice, no sound, so you have to see it. You have to watch it. So here it's how it looks like. Look nice, I think. So unpack wiring, commissioning, and uninstalling. Okay, it's not the usual uninstalling part. So you see, it is big. Yeah. Compared to other kind of battery, I never see that any battery which is that big for residential. Yeah, so if a client want to install it, physical location is a very important thing to note because it's a huge battery. Okay, that is what you need. That is okay, something. What comes from the box is a battery with the cover, with the hanger, and some screws and connectors. I hate it. It should be some sound. Yeah, this is floor mount. I'm not sure is that. I think we need to order it separately. This floor mount.
It's not in price list, so I hope it's together with it.
So this we need to check. I'm not sure. Usually they don't. I agree. You said. Mm. So this one will be installed. Okay, this battery is 121 kilograms. So we download it.
Yeah, I can handle two.
Yes, can be installed outdoor, indoor, of course. Let's keep from some. Okay, yes, yeah, some distance, of course. Never install electronic part too close together because it's hot. So you need 2 men. Okay. Oh, the handle come to the handle come with it. Fire safety gun. Oh. Oh, nice. So they have fire safety balls already here. Oh, that's why it's expensive. But it's not that expensive. The price
Yeah,
like
for 10
for no, you said 300,
Yes,
350
yeah.
euro per kilowatt hour. So compared to a normal battery, it's not that expensive. Small blanks. Mhm. Number of stands. They have very big screws. M8? Yeah, it's big. Normally M6, I think. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. It's getting slow. Okay, fine. Okay, you got the idea. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they need the lift to take the battery up, to be honest. Okay. I wonder how you can get that lift. So 120 kilogram, can you pick that like this? Don't think it's possible. So I think normally its standard is like 35 kilogram per person to pick up. So
Yeah, but this is 10 kilowatt hours together in one pack. So usually you have
yeah, I know.
modules.
But how do you install it?
Yeah.
Okay, you got the idea. It is big. So other part is wiring and commissioning. If anybody of you are interested on it, you can come and check it yourself. So that is the end of my presentation. If you have any question, let's shoot it.
Okay, I have some questions.
Solution only ESS.
Again? Sorry, can you say it again?
Life solution about battery. It's only ESS or without grid off. I'm right.
It's you mean
Battery
it's
pack.
it's only the batteries. This battery? I don't get the questions.
Again, this is without backup.
No, it's without backup. There's no backup solution with SolarEdge yet. So, okay, I think yes, they have one backup solution, but old version. But with this version, it's not backup ready.
There will be separate backup box, right, or not?
That is a plan, but it's not. So I'm in the future. They said that that will be the backup box. If I think I have it here, backup interface. Yeah. However, I don't want to say anything about it because it's not. I don't have concrete information about it. So at the moment, no, it's on grid only.
One, you showed the new optimizers S500, but there was also a B version, S500B. What is the difference?
The difference is here. The B version will able to mix together with the B505. But as I know, the B version is not on the price list.
Yeah, it's not yet released.
So it's not even released. Yeah. But if you doubt why they have B version, so that is the answer. It's here.
Another question?
Why? Okay, another question. I thought it's somebody right.
Erwin.
Yeah. Hi guys. I heard we will have or they will have S series from like 1000 or 1100, 200. It's mainly important for big bifacial and so on systems. Do we have any like closer information?
Right now, it's not officially released, but SolarEdge said that, wait a second, I have some note about it. So there will be S1100 and S1300 series. This should be for modules M12, but it's not yet announced. So right now we should use P950 and P1100. And when new inverter S330, the utility scale, will take place, there should be, as I understand, some H1400 optimizer. But right now, we don't have any more information like prices or technical details. So we even can't, let's say, pre-order it for Q4, Q3.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So today I just try to present the thing which is already like possible to order, yeah. And the thing which is not, of course, is a lot of news.
Juan, can we use several slides for external use as well?
Yeah, of course. Everything here is public. Nothing here is private. It's confidential. Yeah. So you can use as you want.
Okay.
Okay. So
Another
questions. Christoph,
Horvat, please.
Okay, I will put some info.
Or somebody else from Hungary.
Hungary has a lot of information because they have a good support there, right, Daniel?
Yes.
um,
I'm just curious where we can use those batteries, with one phase in Europe, because in Hungary we won't use it.
well, in my point of view, that's the first question I asked in Intersolar, and he said that if you have the garage, then yes. And if you are in Italy or in US,
Yeah, so only in Italy.
yeah, I guess so. Because I don't know anywhere in Europe you are mainly connect in single phase, So, but one thing is good is as you remember, as I show you, where is it? Here. It worked together with the you remember they have the EV charging setup inverter, right? You have the inverter with the EV cable, yeah? And this one also work with that. And well, if the client have it and they don't park the car often during the noon, then okay, I think it's one solution so they can upgrade their system, right? Except from that, I don't think any reason to do it. But well, it's a new solution, so my job is let you know. Yeah. So
And regarding SolarEdge information or chat, three-phase battery should be, let's say, announced in Q2. But right now we don't have much information.
yeah, when we have further more information, and especially for me, when I have the concrete information, I have the clear instruction how to install it, clear instruction how to connect it, then I will make another short meeting like presentation like this and let you know. Because my idea is when I present something, it should be concrete,
Another question. Ideale from Hungary.
Okay, so if no more questions, video is there. I recommend if anybody want to check it, especially technician, please check it at least once. The link is there on the calendar, so you have it. You can use this presentation as you want. Doesn't matter. Everything here is public. The record will be sent to all of you, and I will publish the record on Slack on some channel. So anybody who are not able to join us today can watch it. And any other further questions, let me know, and we will try to respond to it as soon as possible. Okay, so thank you, you guys. Good morning, good day, and see you later. Goodbye.
Thank you, Kwan. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.